Flip man, it's the flip man. You want some money in your hand? Flipping houses without credit or your cash. Get that bag.
Good afternoon, good morning to you and all. Welcome to today's live, April 9th, 2025. Just like that, we're 4 months in to this year. 2024 is coming even a more far distance away from us. Welcome to you all that have joined us early. Today's topic, wholesaling land, wholesaling houses versus land, which is easier. Please identify your location, not only the state, but your actual city, town is never too small. That's coming from a small town guy originally. So please post that information there in the comment section of or the chat section of this wherever you're hailing from. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel here on YouTube. Tap the little bell so you are alerted when we do go live. So there's no thought into, oh, they're live and I can get on, I can ask my questions. La la la. The world is filled full of marshmallows. So anyway, follow us in all the other places. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, LinkedIn, and Pinterest, I think. And welcome aboard, Chevy.
Sir, hello. Oh.
Wait, something, man. You're going crazy in here. What is that?
Water? Almost spilled it on the Mac.
Oh, it's going to get real ugly. I remember.
Get on the Mac now.
I remember when I was younger. I don't know how old I was, and back then I don't know about anybody else. We only had one TV, and it was a black and white set. They don't even make them no more, I'm sure. There was a glass of water on top of the TV, and it still had water in it. And my sister reached for it, and it spilled down the back of it.
It's a wrap.
One of the saddest days of my life. Because it probably took, I don't even remember, it probably took my mama at least a month to save whatever she had to do. I don't even remember what she had to do. I'm going to ask her. She probably don't remember. But to get another black and white TV. But another memorable day on the flip side of that, but was happy, the day we got a color TV. Lord have mercy.
Oh yeah, back home.
What a wonderful day that was. Hey, if I went to your house before we got a color TV and you had a color TV and cable and air, oh, you were loaded. Air, color TV, cable, probably the color TV, cable, air in that order.
So what was the first show you watched in color?
I can't remember that. No. I can't remember that.
Well, you watched it in black and white, so I know you wanted to watch it in color. You know what I'm saying?
I can't. That's too long. You're bold. Okay. I can't go that detailed with you.
Not that detailed.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Well, everybody is speaking. Everybody's talking about this. Oh, the Rifleman. You remember that? The Rifleman with the 19 shots.
I don't think that was ever in color.
You're right. You probably didn't.
I don't think that was filmed in. I used to watch that though. I used to watch that.
Batman. Let me see. Vincent. Gemini always a color TV with a stereo. And you talking about the cable?
I don't know about all that. Now you know the difference in the stereo. Oh, does you mean like a stereo player? We always had one of them.
Well, the stereo, probably the RCA color television had stereo also.
She bought a Curtis Mathis floor model.
Nice.
You know, that used to be
I gotta look that up.
a brand. It used to be Curtis Mathis.
Curtis Mathis.
And then you had Zenith. And then I remember when she bought the VCR, it was a Hitachi.
Oh yeah, all China made.
No, that was Japanese. Hitachi.
Japanese made appliances.
Hey, look here. Hey, she might be still making payments on that.
Come on. It was nice. It was nice.
Oh my God!
I didn't come from Sears, you know. Sears.
Yeah, I was big on Sears, boy. Oh my God, I got a lot of my school clothes and stuff. Got my first pair of Reeboks from Sears and Roebuck.
Jesus, I don't even know how they really are. They still in business?
No.
They long gone, right?
Oh no, they long gone.
Let's see here. Gemini Way says, "Let's get it." Enthusiastic Fox said, "Good afternoon." Vincent Lilly, we're jamming. Gary Rawls, which is Lou Rawls' family member.
That's funny.
He has a property, but I want to go over these shout outs. Lionel Jackson has good afternoon from Baltimore. Exceptional B, either real Mason. Love it, Flip. This is Exceptional Mason from California. Now in Georgia, a lot has happened since the last time we spoke. I'm really excited. It's been a minute. And P.S. I've been locked out of that business program on real estate that I bought 2 years ago.
Yeah, if you still got that original email on what you paid, then just hit me up.
Just go from there. Denise Williams is from the DFW, Dallas, Texas. Marquilla, good afternoon from Douglasville, Georgia.
Douglasville, not too far from it, less than 2 hours.
Douglasville, okay.
Oh yeah.
And Scheme Dollars, welcome to the live.
Douglasville is where Six Flags is, or in that general area.
Okay. Yeah. Well, it's a Six Flags in Atlanta too. So they have one in Douglasville and in Atlanta.
Douglasville is Atlanta. That's Metro Atlanta.
Didn't know.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So that's what it is. Because I've been to that Six Flags.
Right there off of 20. On 20, right? Yeah.
Vincent is saying that you are going to get in trouble with those new land videos. What is that?
Could you go deeper, sir?
Right, I don't understand what you mean.
Yeah.
You've been into land. And Vincent is in Inglewood, New Jersey. I don't know if I knew that, but
Inglewood, Jersey.
Jersey.
Yeah, he up north. All right, yeah, up north. Yeah, North Jersey.
And Gemini Ways is from Denver, also known as One Lane Driving for your pleasure. Okay. Denver. And Exceptional One is from Stonecrest, Georgia. And people were saying, don't get that water on the Mac. Can't do that. That's not what we're doing.
Yeah, I was just saying my sister wasted the water in the TV. Boy, that'd be terrible, boy. My boy feels
and I didn't even get the protection.
Oh, I automatically get the protection. I normally don't do it on stuff, but well, you know what? I normally don't do it on stuff, but on that I do. I got a reason. I ain't gonna say it, but you know.
So my wife like to get stuff and get protection. And when she asked me, I'm like, man, I ain't about to pay no damn money for no protection, right? So we're in the Dominican Republic. I got my Apple Watch on. I'm swimming in the water and everything. So the next day, it's not coming on. So we come back and I'm like, man, I gotta call them. My watch ain't working. They say it's waterproof. So I go in the store. They like, no, it's water resistance. I'm like, I need to replace this. I got protection on it. They're like, no, sir, you do not have protection. And so
But even the ones that are water resistant, you can't take them so far in the water too. So
I,
you have to know
I
that.
come
Yeah,
back
it just
home.
limits it. It just means that if you like spill something on it or something like that, not soak in it. Yeah.
Man, I
So
come back.
did they replace it or not? Did they replace it?
No, I came back home and I told my wife, and my wife was laughing. Was like, "Remember, you told me that you don't want to get the protection plan." And I was like, "Yeah, that sure sound like me."
Doesn't-
And she was like, "Well, I got protection on mine though." So needless to say, she wound up giving me hers. Yeah, such a loving wife.
Oh yeah.
Oh, she gave you hers. Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Loving like wife. Man, my wife be like,
yeah,
hey.
she be protecting me from myself. Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's always a good thing.
So you did get it on the Mac then, is what you're saying.
No, I did not. I'm
What?
telling you.
Mm.
Oh wow.
Moral of the story is I don't ever get protection on anything. Yeah.
But do you feel like by the time you get to that protection thing, and then when they'll say they replace it, but it's up to a certain amount, and um, you have to pay.
Yeah,
You
you
still
got
have to pay. By the
Yeah.
time that you doing something with the warranty, you still have to pay something.
I think it's like $100 replacement or something like that. It all depends.
I believe it depends on what it is too. Now you talking about with Apple?
Yeah, with Apple.
Apple,
Now I didn't want now. Well, I ain't gonna say that, but okay, we'll just roll with that.
but you do have to pay. Okay.
We'll just
I
go.
thought you was gonna say something because
No, we'll
normally all
just,
insurance
go
like
with y'all said. You know, since this is you will go with y'all said.
they try to get their money. You know, they still try to get their money.
Yeah.
Lincoln has said we had a Hitachi VCR too. It was big with the hood latch to play the tapes.
Oh yeah, baby.
Yeah, my mom just got rid of the big back TV. Probably like a year or two ago. But yeah, we
Well,
had
that couldn't lasted that long though.
So yeah, that's
oh yeah, it lasted a years.
yeah.
Man, if she just replaced, I know so many people that got rid of those. Yeah.
Man, TV so heavy, dude. Oof. Yeah. It's amazing how big they are now, how light they are. You know, all that technology in there. You know,
Savon Miller, I share wholesaling land info on my channel along with private lending and new construction. So check me out. This is Savion Miller. It's the first time I'm seeing you here, Savion.
there you go.
All right. So we've gotten down to the bottom. Do you want to do this property? This one is Gary Rawls. Lou Rawls, family member. I need help understanding this listing in the Bronx.
Possibly Lou Rawls.
Possibly. Well, he said his father told him that.
And we might be. He said we might be.
Might be. But I mean, like you said, how many people do you know with the last name Rawls? You know, so
Not a whole lot.
not a whole lot. So could
Not
be possible.
a whole lot. All right, let me put it on. Let's do this one. Okay. Bronx.
You'll never find.
Yeah, come on now.
And all I know right there.
2000. We got a onesie on our hand. Okay. That's good.
There's a
Two
row
family short sale, 3232.
on the row house.
As is condition. Been on the market for 26 days. Let's see if that's true. Listed for 390. Never sold and listed again 2-3 years later for 385. Still not selling.
Now they had 400.
Mm-hmm.
There's literally no motivation here.
None. They've been trying to sell this property for since 2008. I know I'm not tripping.
Yeah, they
I know I'm not tripping.
don't even waste your time on that.
They've been trying to sell this out. Wow. Literally for what? What's that? 16 years,
17.
17 years. They've been trying to sell it and nothing. And it's talking about it's only been on the market for 26 days.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. What you say, Flip?
I would, the offers are free, but offers, it's up to you. I wouldn't target it, but offers are free. But we would offer 200. So
Yeah.
it's simple.
That's exactly where it would be at 200
Mm-hmm.
for sure.
They are
Oh,
waiting
I'm
to all
sorry, it'll
of
be
them.
240. It'll be 240. It says 60%.
They're waiting until all of them get tore down and they turn them into condos.
That's a row house already.
Oh, roll out.
Mm-hmm. Whatever they call it up there in New York, they may call it something different. I know in Baltimore and places like that, they call them row houses. In Philadelphia.
That's where they're stacked on each other.
Yeah, it just looks like an apartment building, but they all got individual owners. So, can have it.
EJ88, I've seen you before. Welcome back. For the states that do not allow dual agency, how do we go about explaining our offer to them?
Well, the two states that really only matter is Texas and Florida. In Texas, they do what they call let's do this. We'll break out old chat today early. We'll break her out early. Get out of jail early. Let her explain it to us. I was watching something with Gary Vee a little while ago. It just popped up on my thing. He said something about ChatGPT. I forgot what it was.
And Chevy, while I was looking at somebody comment, you probably could still get it right now.
Okay, so we have a question on our live stream about states that don't allow dual agencies or double dipping with real estate agents. And I know Texas and Florida are the ones that really matter. The other ones, I ain't gonna say they don't matter, but not as much. Just those two states are so heavily populated. Texas, what's the additional step or how it's termed where an agent can represent a seller and buyer in some capacity? What is it titled? What is it? Explain it. Texas first.
In Texas, the practice is known as intermediary instead of dual agency. The agent can represent both the buyer and the seller, but they must do so in a neutral capacity. The agent must get written consent from both parties, and they have to appoint separate associates to give advice to each side. This ensures that both the buyer and the seller have someone advocating for their interests. So the key difference is that in Texas, the intermediary relationship is designed to maintain neutrality while still allowing the agent to facilitate the transaction. Does that help clarify it?
Yeah. What about Florida?
In Florida, dual agency is actually prohibited. Instead, the state allows what's called a transaction broker relationship. This means the agent provides limited representation to both parties without fiduciary duties. The transaction broker must deal honestly and fairly, disclose all known facts that materially affect the property's value, and present all offers and counteroffers in a timely manner. However, the agent does not represent either party in a full fiduciary capacity. This setup ensures that the agent can facilitate the transaction while remaining neutral.
Well, wouldn't agents just do the best to try to make both happy anyway as a professional?
Absolutely, a good agent always strives to keep both parties satisfied. The difference with the intermediary status in Texas is that it legally formalizes the neutrality. This way, the agent must remain impartial and not favor one side over the other. It adds a layer of transparency and ensures that both parties understand the agent's role and limitations. It's all about making sure everyone knows the boundaries and that the agent acts fairly.
What about greedy agents?
Greedy agents can be a challenge in any market. The intermediary rules in Texas help reduce that risk by requiring clear disclosure and written consent from both parties. That way, if an agent tries to prioritize their own interests, the clients have more protection. Plus, any unethical behavior could lead to disciplinary action by the Texas Real Estate Commission. It's not a perfect system, but it helps keep things fair and transparent.
ideally, I'm assuming that but obviously, the more it sells for, the more money agents make. So that just natural human, what do you call it, survival is that they're going to think about their bills first. How do you answer that?
You're absolutely right. Agents naturally have an incentive to close deals at higher prices since their commissions are percentage based. That's why transparency and ethical standards are so important. Good agents understand that their reputation and long-term success depend on acting in the best interests of their client.
Who is the ethics police? What's ethical to you may not be ethical to me.
Think you broke it.
You don't have a reply for that. What's ethical to you may not be ethical to me.
Yeah, you broke it, bro.
Anyway,
Yep, you broke it.
No, she was about to respond. It's just when you're talking, it's trying to wait for you to finish.
mm,
That's what it was.
yeah.
Yep, it's broken. So what we got? We got
I was just playing with it. We got the answer. All right, there we go. Next.
Okay, Craig Davis said he has 2 deals. Go ahead and post them. I looked through here, I didn't see them, Craig. So go ahead and post your deals. Vincent says, as a follow up to his previous response, he said, I did the new videos that play. What the F is that? You are so laid back all the time. I was surprised. I guess the new land video.
Um,
Did you title something? What the fuck is that?
um, um,
Well, let's go to his next thing. My Mac is protected, bro. So
oh,
that's why I brought up Chevy. I'm sure there's a window that you could add the extra warranty or whatever.
Oh yeah, they give you up to a certain amount of time to add it.
If you ever wanted to do that. Look, Lincoln, Gua, when you get a house under contract, I want professional photos and pictures and videos to market to my buyers. How much would you pay to get this done? I know the free method is doing it myself.
well, okay. Well, I'm gonna answer your question first. You say how much would you pay? I have no idea what professional photos. I'm sure just a Google search away to find someone to do that. But I on just a house, that's nothing I would take the extra step to do. I think you're overstepping
Yep,
like tremendously.
overthinking it for sure.
Overthinking it tremendously. On a house, no, no, no.
Uh,
Maybe there was a $4 million house. Okay,
right. Yeah.
but the stuff we talk about, nah.
Nah.
These phones have some very good.
The uglier the better.
You're not trying to sell to a retail buyer. You're trying to sell to somebody that's used to looking at
Right.
fire damage property, trash, crack houses, whatever. You know what I'm saying? They ain't tripping about how professional the photos are. Trust me, they're not. Now, again, if you were dealing with a retail situation, then okay, yeah, the agent should take that extra step in most cases. But again, even with that, these phones are so good. If you just understand the right angles, you can get some really good photos or whatever. But for what we're doing, oh no, that's just overkill. That's overkill.
Let's keep that person's comment up. I'll go all the way down to the bottom where she said, "Can you explain?" No. Go. Yeah, there you go. Can you explain the process of double closing step by step?
But that's the second question.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's still the same person. If you want to,
Yeah, I know, but we're not gonna skip over these little people because she put in the second thing. We're not doing that. Michelle Simmons says, "Can a property with the reverse mortgage be wholesaled?"
ooh. With reverse mortgages, I've yet to do any wholesale on a reverse mortgage. I was gonna do a deal, but I mean, essentially the property is upside down. Because with reverse mortgage, once that person dies or they sell the house, they got to pay off the loan that they got from that reverse mortgage company. So I've never done no reverse mortgage wholesale before.
And by the way, Michelle, this is my first time seeing you on here, so welcome to the live. Welcome to the live.
No, I think Michelle is.
She's been on here before.
I think.
Okay.
I know.
B, was it Bezida? No, B, Bezidiva views my sister's husband.
Ooh. That's one of these.
You may have said something before, and I.
Oh, okay.
Okay, maybe. Hopefully, we'll.
So y'all know.
Gemini Ways. I saw a listing that is open to seller financing, but it lists the interest at 10.5%. Is it rude to ignore that and send my offer with 2.5% over? It's been over the market for over 600 days. Are they not motivated?
It's obvious, Gemini Ways. You just those are the easy ones just to ignore. You can make the offer, but if you're asking me, nah. Those are easy to ignore.
All right. I think she's talking about Lou Rawls, that song. We was talking about that earlier. Okay, Lionel Jackson. When y'all call an unknown cash buyer, what do you all say to see if they are interested in your property?
I mean, we go call cash buyers all the time. If just, hey, look, are you still actively buying in the area? I got a property on the contract. Wanted to see if you're interested in it. That's it.
Guys, that when you're dealing with a cash buyer, now you got all types of unreasonable people, but most of them, they get it. Like you just called them and just money just literally fell out of the sky if it fits what they buy.
Mm-hmm.
They're a good conversation.
So they're right away going to ask you, hey, what's the address? How much you asking for it?
Mm-hmm.
Just give them the address, how much you're asking. That's it.
All right. Edward Thames, but don't the iPhones and Macs have a manufacturer warranty for at least a couple years after purchase?
I think at least a year.
Yeah, everything is 1 year manufacturer warranty.
Yeah.
But that don't cover spills and
right. There you won't cover us.
Lost the phone or anything like that.
Yeah, you're not gonna get that.
That's just malfunctioning.
Mm-hmm.
Scheme Dollars. I'm new to wholesaling. I'm trying to figure out how to find the ARV as well as finding the right number to make an offer to a seller. Can you all help me out?
Yeah, we have this to simplify that for you, my man. At the bottom of the screen now is scrolling. If you text the word KISS, KISS, to 205-964-5243, we simplified that process for you. Free little training bell. Sorry, y'all.
Lincoln, can you explain the process of double closing step by step? Flipman, do you still submit a closing statement to title for each deal? Do you recommend, let me see, that's first question. And do you recommend getting title insurance for each deal? First question is, do you still submit a closing statement to the title for each deal?
Well, you can have a conversation with them, or obviously you're going to send over the contracts that are involved. The closing detail sheet is really set up for assignments. So, that's just going to be a conversation. Well, you can still detail it, I guess, out in an email. But as far as the title insurance, that's going to be, that's more not you, that's more the title company wanting to cover themselves or whatever. And they're going to make you pay for it, of course. But so I don't know if you even have an option on that. What do you think, Chevo?
Title insurance always come with that's more of covering the title company for sure, and that's on the buyers. So unless you're buying a property, that's not something that you have to worry about.
Well, I guess they say you bought it from the seller, then you gonna sell it to the buyer. So
Okay.
Title insurance. Yeah. I don't even know.
I mean, typically if it's with top, because I mean I've bought a couple properties without title insurance. So it just all depends on if you want to pay for it or not. But they do recommend that you do title insurance though. That's always something that they recommend.
Yeah.
And I guess my fault. It was the first question is, can you explain the process of double closing? But
Oh, we skipped the first part. That's the most important part. Um, hmm. Okay, so well, let's just define what a closing is first. That's the term used whenever a real estate transaction is processed and completed when someone sells a piece of real estate to a buyer, right? It's called a closing. All right. So the purpose of a double closing is when we're trying to prevent the either the seller and or buyer from knowing the details of your fee, how much money you're going to make on it. So what will happen is that the way they'll set it up, just depending on the title company or closing attorney you're using, they're going to have you and the seller come in at one time and you and the buyer come in at another time because now you purchased it and then the buyer will buy it from you. Now, how that's funded, it'll be funded either by the buyer's money, if they will allow it at that title company or closing attorney, or you'll have to use some form of transactional funding to do so. But basically, it's two closings. You know, you buy from the seller, and then you buy from the buyer. You know, so that's the definition. What was the other part?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we answered that. Okay.
Yeah.
That's my definition. Sure, may explain.
No. That's exactly what it is. Double closing. I concur, sir.
I concur.
Cool. Vincent is saying iPhone 16 will give her very professional looking photos and videos.
Any smartphone will give.
Yeah, you can go back to a 10 or 11. You know what I'm saying? The photo thing. For what we doing, yeah, you good.
But I'm just to let you guys know, when it comes to houses that we do wholesaling wise, the uglier the better.
Yeah.
The uglier the better.
Yeah, and it ain't no big deal.
The numbers make sense. There's meat on the bone, and they can see a profit in it. Whether they're buying and holding or they're buying and flipping, they're gonna buy.
I've used screenshots off Google Maps. You know what I'm saying, to promote profit. You know, because that's me all I have. You know, so it ain't no big deal. Not for what we do. It's not a big deal.
Especially if they could access the property and walk it and see what's going on themselves. Because a lot of times with buyers, they want to see what's going on with the property themselves, anyways. So they're gonna ask, hey, let me get access to it. So yeah.
Hold on. Hold on. Are you saying that your sister husband is Lou Raw?
That's what she said.
My sister's husband.
My
sister's husband. So Blue Ross is your brother-in-law.
Your brother-in-law. Is that what you're saying?
Blue Ross still alive? Let me see.
I have no idea.
All right, we got property to count.
Yes. This is Craig Davis.
Yeah, Lou ain't that old actually.
My bad.
What am I thinking? Oh my God.
What?
Lou died back in 2006.
I'm like, he's still alive.
Yeah, Lou would be almost 100 right now if he was still alive.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my bad.
Seems like the first one, Chevy, is a pre-foreclosure. The second one, I'm not sure. Well, it says free and clear. So it's two.
Oh, she just said that y'all was talking about Rawls' name, and she's saying her sister's husband last name is Rawls.
That's it. Very interesting.
Because we were saying you don't meet that many people.
Oh, okay. It's not Lou Rawls. Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay, I got confused. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. So it's more Rawls out there. Basically.
Yeah, there's a lot more Rawls.
A lot more Rawls than what we think. Lou ain't the only Rawls.
Lou Rawls is not the only.
Hey, all Rawls ain't killing each other.
I got
you know what I'm saying? Look, it's like all Taylors ain't killing each other, right?
I got you.
Yeah. That's the point. That's the point.
Okay, this one is on auction.
Yeah, he said something about
auction for 205, and it's getting 4 views a day. So this is already foreclosed.
I mean, now if it's auction, I mean it's good. Good. I mean, like, in this situation, this is a pre-foreclosure. You got to reach out to the owner. Try to reach the owners. Or go to auction.
Yeah, yeah, go through the owner or and this is a great way to look for pre foreclosed properties as well on auction.com, but they haven't gone to the auction yet. So they've gotten the notice though, so it's about that time. So yeah. And then what's the other one?
This one is 507 Roxbury Drive. That's in Riverdale, Georgia. Yeah, that one. Says free and clear. A rundown.
Yeah, I mean if it's free and clear and run down, it's a nice looking area. So if it's run down, that means it's probably the ugliest house on the block. That's a good thing. Oh yeah. Have you talked to the seller? Find out what the seller wants. So Zillow is saying it's at 173.8. And let's see here. We have Redfin. Nope, that's 511. And we have 507.
Good.
We only have Zillow for 178. So if we have 173, so let's just say 174. So we really need to be around 85. I mean, that all depends if you got in touch with the seller or not.
Alrighty. Aizen, Sama, welcome back to the live. Back trying to absorb as much this information as I can.
Oh yeah, he's been going for a while. We see you though.
Unilink, welcome to the live question. What are good negotiating points for land? What should I ask the sellers about their land, and what should I be looking for?
What are some good negotiation points for land? What should I ask sellers about their land? What should I be looking for? Okay, so all right, with land, obviously you want to try to identify the location of it. Sometimes it's not as easy. It doesn't have an actual address. It may just only have an assigned parcel number, parcel ID, or whatever. So in that case, if you can get the owner, maybe they know an address that's across the street next door to that parcel or something in the general area. The other thing on that is worst case, if you're talking to the owner, of course, the mailing address for the taxes will normally be an address that you can use to try to identify the property if it doesn't have an address. That's one thing. So now you obviously want to know the size of the property. If you don't know it, you want to verify that with the owner. You want to know are there any slopes, the topography or whatever. Is it flat, somewhat mountainous, hilly? Any type of valleys or anything like that. If they know the zoning, that's fine. A lot of times they really won't know what it is, but that's fine. It's no big deal. You can figure that part out. Next, you're going to want to know, are there any wetlands, meaning any creeks, ponds, or anything like that, or marshes on the property? You also want to know, is it in a flood zone? Now, they may not know that, but that could be used as a negotiating tool, whether they know it or don't at some point, to get a better price. Sometimes it won't matter at all, but it just sounds bad. All right. So then you want to get into is there an existing structure there, whether it's a house, mobile home, barn, or whatever, or any type of structure, or has there ever been a structure there? You want to know what utilities are available at the property, if there or has there ever been utilities available at the property, such as your water, gas, electrical? Okay. Road access is the next thing. Road access to the property, and then road frontage. Now they may not know about the road. Well, they may know both. Road access and road frontage. Can be very, very important. Uh, on the flip side of that, is it landlocked? They may say no, it doesn't have any road access. So are you saying is it landlocked? If it is landlocked, does it have an easement through someone else's property to access it? You'll want to know that. What am I missing? I think that's pretty much it. As far as things you'll need to know on the property, and obviously a price on it. They give you a price, and you want to see if they would be open to also some owner finances also. The yearly taxes would probably be another thing that you can ask them. Again, that's something you can easily look up also if they don't just know it off the top of the head. You can still get into, do they owe anything on the property, any liens, anything that, just like with any other form of real estate, a lot of times with land, they don't owe anything on it or whatever. So there you go. Those are some things you'll need to know. Now, you can access all of that in detail through the Flipman Partnership Network also. And in there, we're posting probably every couple of days some hot counties that I recommend that you target based on some unbelievable tools and research.
Just a question about something that you said about the sloping. I often wonder, the sloping, is it good or bad depending on the area?
Well, yeah, it just depends, like, because some areas are there's a lot of slopes, so they just deal with it. Like here in Birmingham, that's one of the surprising things. If you don't know, if you've never been here, it's very mountainous and hilly. It has a lot of slopes, and so you'll have neighborhoods where, like, yeah, you got the road or the street that leads up to the property, but the rear of it drops off 100 feet to it. Ain't no backyard. People, and it may be in a neighborhood where the house is $700,000-$800,000. So, I guess they paying for the viewers. It would never be something I would do. I wouldn't want to live like that. It's not my thing. So it could be relative. It could be an issue, and then sometimes it can make it even more valuable. So it's just going to depend on the market on that
area.
So
I got two things, Chevy, that I'm going to read both of them out, and then you respond, because people are saying something about what you said about the reverse mortgage. Denise Williams said, what makes you think the house is upside down just because it's a reverse mortgage? You can wholesale it, but it means you need to pay the principal off in full. That will happen when you have a buyer. And then Craig Davis, okay.
Yeah, I thought, just real quick on the reverse mortgage, I actually thought, just from my understanding, let's just say it has an ARV of 100. I thought with a reverse mortgage, they'll give you maybe like 60, like that. And then they don't have to make any payments. And the reason they do the 60 is because now when they get ready to liquidate it, they can sell it, I don't know how they make profit on, but I thought they wouldn't give you full value for it. They give you like a reduced amount. So I'm assuming that's how they make their money on the research. It's sort of an interesting thing on how to reverse mortgage. I guess we can dive deeper onto it, but maybe I'm wrong on that.
What I was saying was that the deal that I was getting ready to do was upside down on the reverse mortgage. So I'm not saying all reverse mortgages are upside down. I'm just saying the deal I was getting ready to do, so I didn't do it.
Yeah.
That's why I say I'm not really familiar with reverse mortgage like that, because the deal was upside down, so I didn't even touch it.
And maybe this is what Craig was talking about. You probably just talking about your deal. You're not saying all deals.
No, not all deal. I'm just saying the deal I was doing.
It says that all depends on the amount of money they got on the reverse. My folks been going 5 years in New York. The properties are still in the family's control. So he's talking about the reverse mortgage too. You want to respond to that, Chevy? Or
I don't know nothing about reverse mortgages.
I got you. Gemini Ways, gotcha. I just making sure I'm understanding these listings. Moving on, 2.5 seller finance. Okay. So she already got that question answered. Lincoln says, thanks. Sandy, welcome to the live. I just started flipping homes. Can you assist me in a mobile home to flip?
Does she mean find one, or what does she mean by that?
Yeah, I'm not sure what that question means. She also said, I have a friend that I'm helping to sell in Delaware, or can I send you the info?
Dude, you just skipped all the way down to her question. You said we wasn't skipping questions.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. Kim Dollars, new to the game. Should I be more focused on a single family or multi-family? Um, we're not going to answer this one. Or?
Oh no, what's the question? My bad.
New to the game. Should I be more focused on single family or multifamily?
Single family or multifamily. So it's similar to the question that that's here today: wholesaling land or versus houses or whatever. And we can go ahead and get into the topic on that. But it's going to boil down to what's more important to you: faster or bigger, a faster payday or a bigger payday. If the speed of the money matters more, houses. If it doesn't matter how long it takes, um, multifamily, because it generally can take longer than houses. Same thing with land. You know, what matters to you? The How fast you make money, or how big the payday is. So only you can answer that. The houses are going to always be faster with any of it. Now, multifamily probably can close faster depending on the size of the property. It can close similar to houses, but the bigger that property get, I mean, the larger the property is size wise, the longer it's going to normally take, especially the price point is going to take. So it's just going to depend on what matters to you. So again, that's the whole topic. So the topic is the wholesaling land versus houses, are which is easier. I don't know if a word is easier. I would like to use, but for the title's sake, they look good. It's just going to boil down to. Let me back up. The one thing the houses has over all of them is speed of getting paid. So again, does that matter to you? If it doesn't matter to you, land may be easier in a number of ways. There's less competition. Owners are generally easier to deal with. You have less land that have mortgages tied to them that could blow up a deal. As far as just a cash deal, whatever, you do some creative stuff. Easier to virtually wholesale in most cases because you technically don't per se need boots on the ground with land. So those are things, but again, houses is going to be faster, generally speaking, because it's easy to identify a buying pool with houses versus with land. Land, you really don't have a buyer's list person unless you're doing infill lots, targeting builders or whatever. But all the other stuff, it's a whole new crew every time or whatever. Whenever you get a deal on the contract, it's just a whole new crew. So there you go.
All righty. The homie Ron, welcome back to the live. Is the closing process the same as closing a deal out of town? Closing process is the same. The closing process is the same. I guess it depends on the area. The homie Ron. Let's see. Gemini Ways. Okay. Oh yeah, we already answered that question. Dave Darton has a question that she's on Facebook. Update: I was working with a man that was selling 10 homes. We walked a couple properties, was ready to make an offer on all. We met him twice in person. Monday this week, he told us no. I don't want to sell. I'm trying to try a Airbnb to reach out in a year. I'll be moving on. A hot mess. Okay, she's just probably explaining the deal that she was talking about. I guess it didn't work out. Okay, we still talking about the Lou Rawls. Okay, we understand. She's just saying her family member last name is Rawls. Okay, we get that. Da, da, da. Okay, so Lincoln is saying my goal is to partner with you all on all my deals, learn the process of wholesaling, and reinvest money to get investor base, land portal, and other tools. Okay,
There you
that's
go.
the deal. Yeah, we asked that question. Lionel Jackson, is there a way to calculate a deal when the seller won't sell the property as an individual, but a package deal?
Yeah, you take the total based on the total and the number of properties. He does break it down like that. So if it's 4 properties, then he wants the 200,000 for all properties. That means he wants 50,000 per property.
All right.
Yeah,
And I
now it has to make sense. Or they rent it, or they vacant, or some of them rented, some of them vacant. You have to take into consideration those factors also. Condition, like you normally would after that. So
okay. Sandy, it's a mobile home that is in Delaware. Okay. So yeah, I think she was just sharing smart.
is Sandy new or
Yeah, she's new. That's my first time seeing her here.
okay? Good. Welcome aboard, Sandy.
Yeah. All right. So we have another comp. This is Mark's Money. This is my first time seeing here. You here there with the Porsche there. Can you do a comp? You offer 8G 421 East Albert. No city and state though.
Yeah, we need to see the state if we can apply.
Um, okay. And we do have some people that are on Instagram that I missed. In the Life of Say is from Houston, Texas. Blue Strip John is from Luberton, North Carolina. And Shay Baby is in Michigan. And then Jay Smooth is saying, hey, Mr. Ty, when a lot have a for sale sign, can I still make an offer?
Always, you still can, yeah. It's just a for sale by owner like anything else. At the end of the day, still the numbers have to work. Now, of course, they are advertising the property. Um, so, even if it's off market or whatever. So you have to keep that in mind if you're trying to, from a wholesale position, if someone goes out there and the sign is still on the property, you have to take into consideration that part being a factor. So,
I don't know if I'm going to ask that question, Vince, because we'll get off the rails. But I'm going to put it on here anyway. Vincent is asking, what changes do you see in the near future with the problems with presidential admin that are causing with the NASDAQ?
I don't know enough about that. Yes.
Yeah.
I pay attention to it a little bit, but I have no idea. That um the well the little bit I've investigated in that is that you know when the market goes down like it has, similar to real estate, that creates opportunities to buy stuff that's on sale. People don't look at stocks in that way a lot of times. From trust me, I ain't no wizard in this, but it just makes sense to me because I take it from the standpoint of wholesaling. Stuff is on sale now. Like stuff is on sale. It presents opportunity. In most cases, if I'm just using some ones that I just follow a little bit, like Nvidia, Tesla, Apple, that are sort of down in comparison, they gonna go back up. It just historically.
Right.
So they're on sale now. It presents opportunities. That chaos presents opportunities.
You gotta buy the low.
Yeah.
Gemini Ways just got a reply. She wants the POF. Got it. Do I need to send my LLC articles also? She's not asking for it, just the offering POF. Should I assume they need the articles?
No.
No. No, Gemini Ways. Yeah, and Sandy did confirm that she's new, and thank you. So welcome to the live.
Special thanks to you. Sandy.
Mark's money, he did put in the zip now. I'm sorry, the city and state. Which is
Lima, out of Ohio.
Mhm. Let me get that. Come on.
I'm trying to find the address.
421 East Albert.
Okay.
East,
All right, cool. 421 East Albert. Okay. $22 days on Zillow, 1,000 views. Investor special. Okay. It's a duplex. Okay. Okay. So it was a duplex, but it's now a single family. Okay. And let's see what else we got going on. Okay. So they bought it back in 2022 for 35,000, and they're changing it to 40,000. Oh wow. Okay. Oh, this thing seen a lot of changes. So at at 40,000, what we had 20% of that, $8,000.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, they're gonna be at a loss on this one. Yeah, they're gonna be at a loss.
Cool. Vincent followed up. He said he wants to know from the standpoint of wholesaling these decisions that the administration.
I mean, the thing is that houses, people always need a place to stay, and people always need property to buy. So it's not going to be affected, honestly. Like there's going to be people that remember when the interest rate went up. There was people like, oh, I'm gonna hold off to buy stuff, but guess what? There was other people that was buying, even though interest rate was high. So, we still wholesaling.
You just have to adjust, man. It just just we're transactions. We just put ourselves in the middle of transactions that's going to happen regardless of what happens. I know I say this all the time. Unless they make houses free, it's still going to be opportunity.
Yeah. Buyers always looking to buy. That's all depends on the deal.
Marquilla, and then we can go into the topic. But she's asking what information she needs to gather before sending you the information on a vacant lot.
Dealing with the owner, hopefully off market. It could be some situations where it's not. It just depends on what you've negotiated with the seller. I mean, the agent, and they understand your position. Other than that, normally that's not going to work. So dealing with the owner, a location, and while I got a few people watching here, let's just establish this. Don't take this in the wrong way. Hopefully my tone is right when I say this. And I know there's a lot of people out there that scam and all this times that take people money and deals and all this. If you feel that's me too, don't send it to me, right? It doesn't happen often but enough for me to bring it up. I can't do anything without an address. All the other information coming, I can't do nothing without an address. That's the first thing I'm gonna look at. I mean, I even read all your messages. I gotta have an address, and I gotta be able to. I'm not talking to you, Mark Willem. I'm just in general. You sort of, I already thought about it earlier. I meant to say it when we started today. If you think I'm gonna scam you, don't send it to me. Why would you even want to deal with me? Am I missing some shit?
No, you're not.
Yeah, why even send it to me? But I can't do anything. Would you? And it's just like, would you buy something that you can't evaluate? How can I know if it's an opportunity if I don't have an address? It all starts with that. All right, but answer her question. and I'm fine. You know, I get it. I'm tired of being burnt before. Okay, well, I ain't the guy for you because I can't do nothing with it. I don't know, somebody else might do something without an address. Tyrone can't. I ain't. My mind don't work. I don't even know where to start if I don't have an address. Right. So anyway, but yeah. So we need an address. Hopefully a price, and then any other detail that you have.
Man,
Sometimes they want you to make an offer, so I get that. But on dealing directly with the owner, location.
I remember when I was in a business previously to real estate, and the business I was in, a lot of people wanted to venture into real estate, and one of my past mentors that called me was like, "Hey man, I'll need your help on this. I want trying to see if we give me some help. What you think about this?" And I was like, "What's the address?" And he was like, "The address? I ain't giving you that." I was like, "Damn, is that how you feel?" But here's the thing. Fast forward, wound up helping them close the deal. Wound up making $55,000 on the deal, man.
Nice.
It was crazy. But I was like, and it was a creative deal at that. So able to buy the deal creatively and then turn around and sell it back on creatively and make 55,000. And it was like, man, I want to do a lot more of these. I was like, I mean, I get it, man, but I mean, you ain't trust me to begin with, but I still help you. You know, if it was somebody else, I definitely was like, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
But it was just that we had a previous relationship. There was history there. That's all.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It's people out there that'll do that. I don't understand. Like, if somebody just brings me a deal, we make money on it. Just forget the good person, bad person part of it. Just business. Damn, I hope they do that again. The only reason they gonna do that again, Chevy, is they get paid.
yeah.
How can you have a mindset? I'm gonna screw them. I don't care if I don't ever talk to them.
Yeah.
I guess just people just built. That's what makes the world go around. It's just built
It's
like
cold. It's a cold world out here, man. Only a few good people. That's
you literally burn that bridge. That person may make you who knows the amount of money by just bringing you deals over time, and you rather burn that over one funky deal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a sticky subject, man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, but this keep in mind, there's been a lot of people that's been burned, on all different levels in the space of real estate. And it just so happened that people aren't used to just, like, for instance, something like this. People aren't used to just getting information at such leisure and freeness to where they still acting like this sounds too good. Like, y'all out here really helping. So yeah.
I learned on, and I don't know where it came out of the. I guess I could go back and try to look it up or whatever, but I didn't really care after that. I like when somebody exposed to me what they are. I hope they feel the same way about me, but that lets me know where I need to go from there. This guy that he owned, I have no idea what he worth, probably 8 figures for sure. And he and I were really cool, and I brought him in on a hotel deal, and he just disappeared on me. You know, I think they put the deal together. He just disappeared. And so, you know, like, so I ain't trip about it. Like I say, it's just like one of those things. I'm glad I know now before we get down to a point where I thought I was going to make some money because it didn't get that far. It was going in that direction. It didn't get that far.
Okay, they didn't close the deal.
Like we were going to be at the closing table or something. Then I don't get my half because it was going to be a substantial payday. Now that's what your boy would have been really bothered. Like, see, we were going fishing. We ain't even got in the car. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Big Jim got there in the water and hey, then they cut my line. Huh? And threw me out the boat on top of that. You know it'd be over for me. And so, but yeah, I ain't, so we didn't get that far. But he and I've been dealing with each other for years. We just never put a deal together. And always were combined and to make different things. But man, that amazed me, man, just how that ended up. You know, when something was really going to be probably ended up being a deal or whatever, that it was going to probably be a 7-figure deal. Not, you know, that wouldn't have been my portion, but I would have got a good chunk of that or whatever. So, you know, but anyway.
But they didn't close the deal, is what you're saying.
I have no idea. I haven't even looked into it. I don't even want to know.
Because you be on the phone with. You want to do the topic? Because I
already did it.
Oh, you already did? Okay.
Yeah. When the person asked about should they start out with multifamily or
that's why I thought you did. I just wanted to make sure. Okay, so you did say something about that. So I was like, there was been a good time to talk about houses versus land. Okay, so a lot of people are commenting on the fact of people burning bridges. Sandy is saying, my friend has the deed to the mobile that's in Delaware and wants to sell it as is. 3-bed, 2-bath, need few repairs. She pays rent a lot every month. I'm new and no construction money. And she wants to know, can she venture together since it's her first time and I can follow your lead?
What she said?
Yeah, we would just need to know the information as far as what your friend wants for the house, for the mobile home and what area it's in and all that. So just need an address and an asking price.
All right. Brian Mitchell, that part, because I have called a couple of property owners attempting to get deals from it. I've been told to F off. And they were calling me a scammer / spammer.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a part of the game. That's a part of the game, man.
And Maquilla Penny is saying, I appreciate that. I see a lot of lots around. Thanks. What is the text code for vacant lots? You just want her to send it directly, right? The Ty?
Yeah, you're just going to email that. Just going to email that over.
Ty, deal you later.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Okay, we talked about that. All right, Cleophas Clincy. Welcome to the live. My first time seeing you here. Hey, Flip, can you underwrite this deal for me? I currently have it under contract for $20K. And this is in Jackson, Mississippi.
In Jackson at $20K?
The house?
Does it sound like you're in a bar park? Let me look at it. See what it looks like.
Dust in my house.
And it's off market? Oh, yeah. Is this it right here? Boarded up? 3-2, 1752. Let me see what buyers are buying at. Hold on. Let's see here. We have nothing. Let's see, 2 miles. No activities over there.
Well, in those non-disclosure states, especially Mississippi, it makes it doesn't work as well.
Doesn't work that well. I got you.
Yeah, you're
All
gonna
right.
have to dive deep.
So we're gonna go to the good old. See if prop here got anything on it. All right. So got two properties, one for 58 and the other one for 45. So you got that thing priced too high, man, at 20,000. You probably need it lower. So in that same subdivision, you you're gonna need a property like around let's see here, 55 and 45, so 50,000, and we're at what, 20% of that. So yeah, you're gonna need it around 10 grand for it to make sense, and then you can move it back around 15.
Oh, to move about 15.
Yeah,
Okay.
but you have it under contract too high, man.
At 20K. To renegotiate.
You got to go back and ask for a discount on that.
And Brian Mitchell said, I've been told politely, no, thank you. I am not interested in selling my property. So happy. A lot. Carolyn Black, hello. My first time seeing you here. Welcome to the live. And Lionel D, whatever happened to finding those abandoned Kmarts?
Very difficult to pull those deals off for a couple of reasons. Getting in touch with owners is the first one. Number two, market conditions and is for self-storage. What you call them? Conversions. Self-storage conversions, and I meant to do the topic on that today. Well, self-storage. Somebody asked about it. Money. I'll do it Friday. But so just through going through what it takes to put a deal together when it is already a facility, that takes a long time, right? So that takes even longer with those, just because of what has to go into it as far as doing your feasibility studies and things of that nature to see if it even makes sense. So I'm saying it's off the table, but it's all off the table because it just takes so long to put those together.
And T-Sean Jackson, welcome back to the live. What's the software you use for land?
I go back and forth between, I guess, 4 different softwares. One of them, okay, so let's just go through it. Is that when you're trying to build list and target landowners, 2 of them are really good. One of them is very inexpensive. The other one is expensive in comparison. One of them, the one that's not as expensive, is the land portal. All right, and you can text APN.
Are you wanting to show your screen, by the way? No, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, is the land portal. I'm trying to put the thing up here. Here it is right here. Yeah, you can text APN to 205-964-5243 to access that one. The other one is, which I just discovered not even 2 weeks ago. I was turned on to it. Land Insights. It's the best one just overall, but again, it's pretty pricey. And then Land ID. I like using Land ID a little better than those when I'm just doing research on properties. Number one problem, because I've been using it the longest, or whatever. So then it has a really good app, especially when you're out and about. It's really good to identifying properties. It's good. And then still use PropStream when I want to dive deeper into ownership and things like that. So I go back and forth between 4 of them. So now I just say just had to have one which one would you choose? I'd probably just go with the land port on them just because of affordability and what you can do to identify owners, and you can, and they just updated, you can do a good bit of comping in there too, also. But if money is not an issue, then land insights, it would be the best option. But it's pricey. It's like $500 a month, but they make you pay for 3 months up front. So a student of mine took on that, and it gave me access to it. So
Yeah, I wish the land portal would put in there some of those. Well, they already have the ARV, stuff as being sold, price per acre. That's what I was
yeah, they said they're gonna add that. When they released the company part of it a couple weeks ago, I reached out to the guy that run it and told him, hey, it'd be a good idea if you did this, man. So they thought it was. So we'll see.
Gigi is asking, when you're getting a vacant land and one of the strategies is seller financing, can you give the seller a little more for their land? Oh,
yeah. Yeah, you can literally, even with housing, anything, if you get the right terms, you can pay for full price in a lot of cases. You get the terms you want.
Exactly what they want. Okay.
Yeah.
Gemini Ways, just curious, Ty, what do you think will become of the many vacant commercial properties, office buildings per se? What can they be turned into or used if it's not office space?
I don't know, Jim. That's beyond my pay grade. I don't know that. When I see stuff go, I say, man, that's a good idea. I wouldn't have thought of that. Normally that's the way it is. Like, man, that's a good idea. I wouldn't have thought of that. I can't answer that question. That's one of the reasons I like to travel to different cities and stuff. I just like to see stuff that I've never seen before, business-wise, not just real estate, just business in general. That's why I love to travel. Man, that's good. Oh wow, that just like nothing excites me probably more than that. Just to see something I've never seen before, business, as far as a business or whatever. Same thing with real estate.
And Mark's money, he said he tried the $8,000 and kind of got laughed at, and said the person said they couldn't get anything for that loan.
Next.
What does he say? They are already taking a huge loss from perspective of a flipper. They're not making any money.
Yeah, they overpay for it.
Next.
Point blank period. Okay, that's Kellen.
Hey, when they start laughing, you say, yeah, I was laughing when I saw that listing price too.
You overpaid. Soul Soldier 70 for on-market land, building a buyer's list for speculation builders first for infill lots. Could I move it without having to do owner financing?
Well, yeah, if you establish with a builder, if it's a listed property, they don't care about owner finance. They're gonna have the money just normally to buy it in most cases. I ain't gonna say they don't care about it. I'm just saying it's just less important. So it's still going to boil down to pricing. If it's listed and you talk about builders, I'm assuming they're being bombarded with those same listings, so you're going to have to get it significantly less than what it's been advertised for,
And Mark's money he has a question. Is there a way to wholesale an auction deal?
If you mean like you bid at the auction and then wholesale in between. Now, I've never participated in an auction, but I think to even participate, you're going to have to show you got the bread, I think. And I think they have different rules. Some of them make you actually put up a deposit or something you could probably get back if you don't buy anything. So I don't know. I'm sure some brilliant person is doing it. I don't know. I've never been through an auction process all the way through on a piece of real estate. So I have no idea where the opportunity may lie. As far as what I do know, just on the surface, no. But again, somebody out there probably laughing at this comment, but I don't know. I don't know how you could do that. I don't know what you would be bringing special to the table when your protected potential buyers could go there and just bid on it. Why would they need you? You're not finding a secret. Is it a secret auction?
Yeah, people that are already there, they got the money to pay for the house. Why would they? Why would they allow you to hold their deal up their deal? You know.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't. You know, I'm talking about. Obviously, you get to the seller before though. That's a different conversation. But the actual auction and wholesale it, you win the auction and then flip it out before you spend some money. Normally, the process won't allow you to do that, from my understanding of an auction. Like I said, I've never participated in a real estate auction. I'm just assuming. They need to know you got the money.
Yeah, you have 24 hours to come up with the money.
Well, now my man that was on the last week, he said no, they want that money that day.
Oh, they wanted that day?
They wanted that day.
Oh wow.
They want you to even participate. You got to show you got the money. You just can't just show up and just start bidding.
Gemini Way says, seems like a lot of money sitting out there with the commercial properties, office space where I am. Downtown is almost deserted in many areas. Thanks for sharing your thoughts.
Yep.
So, Scheme Dollars. How do I get access to your contracts? Do I need to put money down once I get a house under contract?
Well, to answer the first part, if you text the word contract 205-964-5243, you can access it right there on digulator.com. Do you need to put money down? You're referring to earnest money deposit. There's no law that you have to do it. It's just most people will do it because it just helps in the remedy situation if it ever becomes a legal situation, right? You know, you took earnest money that's supposed to satisfy any if I don't buy it, it's supposed to, you know, so. But that doesn't have to be, it can be a penny, just whatever you and the seller agree upon. It's just if you're going to deal with real estate agents, they're not going to make it easy for you. They're going to be like, they'll turn an offer down or whatever, and we can't accept it. It needs to at least be there. But there's no law. You know, you can make your offer, but they can deny your offer too, so.
And Gemini Ways and the Homie Run are both confirming. Gemini Ways is saying auctions require cash, and the Homie Run says auctions take cashier checks, no POF.
Yeah. That money.
Gotta have that bread.
Yeah.
And Unilink is saying, I know I'm late, but thank you guys. God bless you.
Thank you.
Oh. J Smooth Anderson, I guess he or she wants to us to repeat the answer to Mr. Ty. When a lot have a for sale sign, can I still make an offer? I guess his phone went out and he didn't get the answer.
Yes, you can still make an offer.
Yes.
When a lot have a for sale sign, it eliminates you having to have to search for the owner, having to skip trace and do all. It makes it simple for you to reach out to the owner and make an offer. Yes.
They're probably gonna want retail though.
Not necessarily. I mean, this all depends. I mean, and at the same time, a lot of times when it comes to selling their property, the first they go to is Zillow just to see what's going on Zillow. Either Zillow or they go to like the county website to see what the land value is, especially when it comes to dealing with land.
All right, that was the last Ram City, and welcome back, Ram City. Says land fam up in this mode. Okay. Did we do the fimping?
Ooh, did we do the fipping?
Oh, I forgot to set it up. I got to make it stick in their minds. Yeah. All right. So if we settled all questions, appreciate everyone that joined us today. Guess we'll be back on Friday for sure. You can hit show up.
Okay, we got another question.
Okay,
What's
go
a good mindset, Jim, that y'all learn to switch up your mindset to be what it is today?
ahead. Ooh, I didn't grow up like this. As far as I guess you say, having an entrepreneur a mindset. Uh, like I said, I didn't even know that word entrepreneurship existed. And I wonder if I would have been exposed to it as a child, how I would have received that. I often wonder how I would have received it. I think I wouldn't have. I just knowing me, what I cared about back then, I don't think I would have received it. Um,
I think for me, one of my mentors asked me, "Would you work for you?
that's a good one.
Mm.
Would you work for you?" So with that mindset in mind, I'm constantly just understanding that I have to do a better job when it comes to how I'm working for myself.
Yeah.
Soul Soldier 70 has a question. If I have an on market land deal, is there money lenders for the down payment for owner financing? Trying to do this without any money.
Yeah, you don't. It's just going to be more difficult, man, with stuff that's listed, because that agent got to be satisfied. Um, it just is. Now I can just tell you stuff to try to just to help you because you seem that you want to do it or whatever. With no budget, like nothing. Um, and well, let me just back up. The easiest way to going to be able to do this, the easiest way. That video that I have, where what is it called, the land portal. I mean, what is it called? Uh, if you what is the title? Let me, because I'm gonna just go ahead and just. This is gonna be your easiest way to do this, man. Is what is the title of that video? Hold on one second, guys. I can tell you.
All right.
The title of that video is matter of fact, I'll just share my screen here and I'll just show you the thumbnail. Um, the title of that video is this one right here, the one that says "Turn $1 a day into $100,000." So you would get once you go through that particular training, that one there is going to be the least expensive way to go about this, right? Because you're only spending, like, it's $30 for that particular option, and now you can skip trades for free on single skips, one person at a time. Now you can target stuff, and I show you in that video. I show you in that video how to target properties with road frontage, how to filter out. That's going to be your easiest way now. Like I say, that cost. Let me make sure on the cost on that. I think that's what it is. I think I pay more, but what is the cost on this? We log out. Land portal pricing. Yeah, it's the one that's $29.95, right? It's 29, so that's why I say $1 a day, 30 days. That's $30. So $30 a month, and you can dive into the land world because now you can identify properties that should be attractive enough to do deals on because of the amount of road frontage or road access. You just avoid landlocked properties, and you can literally just go through, cherry pick who you want to call, and just go at it. If money is an issue, you're gonna have to grind on it. Well, any of you gonna have to grind on it, but the smaller your budget is, the more time you're gonna have to put in it. Money normally, being able to throw money at something normally gets your time back in most cases. If you're trying to still, doing it efficiently, of course. But when you don't have money, you're gonna put more time into it. So $30, okay, $30, right? You say, well, I ain't got. Come on now. We can come up with a part-time job to get $30 a month, right? Something. I can't accept that, Tori. I just
Yeah,
I can't.
You can come up with $30.
I come up with $30, man. I can't accept that.
Yeah.
I just can't. It's just too many places I go, and you're waiting on places because they can't find work. I mean, people to work for them. So I know there's tons of jobs out here. $30, man. I can't accept that. Just you can't come up with 30. I can't accept that. Too many things you can do to make money in this world. Just too many. Help me. Somebody might need to bring me back to reality or something. Chevy, come up with $30, man.
So I just want to make sure we were right on the video that you want him to watch.
Yeah.
And then the software, because somebody else is asking about the site again.
Yeah. You just text APN. I got it scrolling down here right now. If you text APN, A is in Apple, P is in Paul, N is in Nancy, to 205-964, it'll take you and you can sign up for that particular tool or whatever. But the video, I go step by step on how to use it to do what I'm talking about. Then the script in there somewhere or whatever. But $30, man, and you in the game. If that's what you want to do, pursuing land. Because going through agents, pursuing land is harder without no money. You got to have some money or access. Same thing, you got to have access to it. Right now, I was looking into some earlier today, and I sort of talked about it a little bit before, but I ain't even gonna bring it up. You know, that may help with that a little bit with listed properties, but trying to re-engineer some stuff. But $30, man. That's the only I know how to say it. No,
and we got a comment. Well, you repeated the site name, and you said do the APN, the 205-964-5243.
Yeah.
Skim Dolls did say, I will get a deal and partner with you. Remember me. And then Verna is saying, I'm at a loss for words, but $30 can seem like a lot to a person with a lot of expenses.
Okay. Okay. Verna, you know
Sean said you can stop at a red light and do windshields for $1 each.
I'm telling you, man, you can't tell about the $30 now. 300. Maybe 300, maybe. What can I cut back? $30. What can I cut back on? Even if you don't go get a second job, it's sort of like ridiculous to say I have to go get a second job for $30. But I know everybody's situation ain't the same or whatever. But it's just too many ways to make money. $30.
Turn the Netflix off, man. You know what I'm saying? Just turn the Netflix off.
It's a sacrifice.
Oh yeah, Netflix is $27.99 a month.
Hey, turn that off.
A sacrifice going to have to be made somewhere. If it's that tight for you financially,
man,
sacrifice going to have to be made somewhere, Chevo.
You paying for that dark liquor. You know you buy that.
No, I was about to say it.
You know you buy that dark liquor. If you ain't buying that dark liquor, you know you buying Starbucks. You know you buying some type of coffee, Dunkin' Donuts, something.
Eating out once a week. You do that.
Something. You buy that McDonald's.
Stop doing that once a week. That's $30 over the course of a month. Come on now, $30, 300. Okay, you might got me. But that definitely get a second job for that. You can get a second job for that too.
Hey,
but
that dark liquor ain't cheap. That dark liquor ain't cheap. Okay.
Dark liquor is not cheap. It's not.
I'm again. Check me. Everybody in the comment, check me right now. Bring me back to reality. Check me. I'm about to check me. Say you can't get nasty enough. Check me.
The homie Ron said, "I'll eat up $30."
What? I'm about to go right. I'm about to go right now to Tazika will spend $25.71.
And then they want a tip.
It's just at the cashier. Ain't no tip. You don't know what they go. You self-serving your drink. You know what I'm saying? They do bring your food out, but ain't no tip for that. Come on.
And that's another thing I was gonna say. Unilink. I mean, $30 is lunch twice a week. You know?
I know that. That's what I'm saying. A sacrifice got to be made somewhere. Come on now.
Man.
$30.
as we proceed
Well,
to give you what you need.
Go. Okay, we are not roasting Soul Soldier now.
Oh
We're
no no
not.
no 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 no
We
no
are not
no no no
roasting.
no 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 no! I'm not roasting because he's here every day. I'm just saying
Right, and he in the
I
community.
was
Yeah,
getting him a solution, but you y'all know how I can go off. But it ain't
yeah.
on him.
We are
But
not
he
roasting.
knows that he's been in bed. I'm
No,
sure
he
he knows
knows.
that. I'm definitely not on his
He
thing.
knows.
He said roasting.
No, not. Yeah, that
No,
ain't.
no. Oh no no
Yeah,
no 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 no.
that
Definitely
ain't.
not doing that. No.
Yeah. Now, look, he responded. Now I got 30 bucks, but not sure what the grind looks like before I get a deal.
Oh, it's gonna be a grand.
It's the
It
grind.
might be your first call though. You know what I'm saying? You never know.
Yeah.
But give
I'm
yourself-
willing to help. I think so. You're in the flip man.
Yeah.
I'm there to help, man. You know what I'm saying? Just put the work in.
Yeah. But you have to take a risk. You know what I'm saying? You know, if you feel like the $30 is a risk, you do have to put that in to get started.
Well, I'm like sounding like y'all boy Marvin Sapp. Close the doors. Hey, I'm like, yeah.
Nobody leaving.
Doors.
Nobody leaving.
Nobody leaving until we get 40,000.
Hey,
We got 56. We got 53 people. We ain't got enough though. Well, they're gonna have to come up with some big bucks later. Everybody gonna have to come up with almost $800 a piece.
I got to be a 1,000 a piece. Okay.
Hey, once you get 40,000, hey, close the doors. We need $800 from everybody in the chat right now.
$800.
We need $800. Close the doors.
Oh, Sandy is saying what stoplights does she need to stop at to get the dollar?
Which
Hey, that's what's up, man. I'm looking at that photo. It won't take you long. It won't take you long.
It won't take it. Y'all wild, not dark liquor. Yeah, it ain't cheap now. That Hennessy.
Hey, that's what Darren Sharon is right there. Hey, yeah.
Come on, man. Excuses only satisfy the person that makes them. Okay.
Oh wow, that's good. I like that analogy. Yeah,
a nice analogy. Edmund Thames, shoot, I've been putting up 28 a day since the beginning of the year.
He's been putting up 20. What do you mean, 28?
$28 a day.
Yeah, that's a grand a day. That's a grand a month.
Easy.
Oh, you ready to roll?
Matthew Justice. Hey guys, I have a lead in Detroit and I want to see if it's a possible deal. Philadelphia, Detroit.
Flip, we try to get out of here. You just pulled us back in, man.
Yeah. You gonna come?
You know we can go.
I got it up.
You're the one saying something else and brought it.
I am. But
yeah, I think you read a comment or something.
I did.
Yeah.
Then it's triggered you.
We can wrap it up. And...
Yeah, I got it pulled up.
Okay, cool. Undo yours.
Okay.
Oh, me. Oh, I need to redo mine.
No, you got it.
All right. So, see here. It's off market. Okay, that's good.
Okay. Well, what is this?
Got 60, 49.
600
It's a pretty big house.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it should be a 3-2.
So what's the numbers on it? What they? Let's see what the buyer. We should have plenty of buyers up in that shit, huh?
Yeah, for sure. Let's see what it's looking like. Let's see what they're doing out there in Detroit. Oh my God. Oh man, they buying it like hotcakes out there.
Yes, I'll show you. Share your screen.
Oh, I can share this one?
Yeah, go ahead and share it. That's fine.
Okay. All right. Man, when I say they buying.
Yeah.
All right, this one right here. Right on the same block. They don't say how much they bought it for.
Look like a lot of rentals.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of rentals, but on average it's at $60K. This one was for 11.
Ooh.
That's a good one. 69, 27. I would say like around 11 grand.
Yeah, it gotta be cheap.
Yeah, it gotta be cheap. So like around 7 to 11 grand will get you where you need to be.
Mhm.
So then you could definitely move it back like around 15 to 20,000 for sure. So yeah, that's what I recommend.
Cool. T-Sean just said he was just joking, and like I said, his sugar mama makes him do too much for that third.
Wait a minute, what happened?
Hey man,
Wait a minute, let me read that.
hey,
My
crazy.
sugar mama make
Some strange for a little change, man. Some strange
oh,
for a
it's
little
sugar
change.
mama. He ain't a sugar daddy. He said
You want a
sugar.
little, some strange for a little change.
Make it
Oh,
work for
boy.
that 30.
Boy,
Gotta work.
that's funny there, boy.
You gotta work.
Yeah, we need to say all the different ways to come up with $30.
Nah, we don't need to do all that.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
A month now, a month.
This is a family number. Come on, man. We
Hey,
doing
man,
it. But that
come
was the
on.
last one. That was the last
Close out
one.
the show, man. Close out the
That's
show.
last one.
We're gonna close it out, man. Y'all, hey, we'll see you on the SID. I mean, on the I'm spelling it back. On the FLIP SID.
Flip man, it's the flip man. You want some money in your hand? Flipping houses without credit or your cash. Hit that.